Hello, good morning friends. Today we shall discuss about the advantages of high transmission voltage. Okay, let us go to the first one. The first advantage is the high transmission voltage reduces the volume of the conductor material that is being used. Let us consider the transmission of electric power by a three-phase line. Okay, let P be the power that is transmitted in watts. V is the line voltage in volts. Cos phi is the power factor of the load. L is the length of the line in meters. R is the resistance per conductor in ohms. Rho is the resistivity of the conductor material. A is the area of cross section of the conductor. Okay, we know that P is equal to what for a three phase? For a three phase, P is equal to root 3 VI cos phi. Okay, therefore you can take the load current. What is this? This is the load current. Remember, this is the load current I. Load current I is equal to P divided by root 3 V cos phi. And resistance per conductor R is equal to rho L by A. Therefore, the total power loss W is equal to 3 I square R. See, this 3 is because of this we have considered three phase line. Okay, if this would have been if this would be single phase, then we have taken the power losses is equal to I square R only. Okay, so as it is three phase line, the total power loss is 3 I square R. Okay, now you substitute the value of I which I have calculated here and the value of R in this equation. So what we will get? 3 I is P divided by root 3 V cos phi square into rho L by A. Okay, so you solve this, what we will get is P square rho L divided by V square cos square phi A. This square of root 3 is 3. This 3 get cancels. So finally what we will get is V square cos square phi into A, right? So P square rho L by V square cos square phi into A. Okay, what is this A? A is a area of cross section. Therefore, area of cross section A is equal to, okay, this goes to the numerator and W comes to the denominator. Therefore, A is equal to P square rho L by W V square cos square phi. Okay. So, the total volume of the conductor material required, total volume of the conductor material required is equal to 3AL. Why 3? Again, because it is three phase line. So we have three conductors. So we have to take the total volume of the conductor material required for a three phase. So it is 3 into A into L. So substitute the value of A from here to here. So what we will get is 3 P square rho L by W V square cos square phi into L. This L will remain here. Okay. So you solve this. Finally, what you will get is 3 P square rho L square L into L square divided by W V square cos square phi. Okay. This is the total volume of the conductor material required. Now, you just see this equation. Okay, this is your final equation. Okay. What you observe from this equation? You can see that the volume of the conductor material required is inversely proportional to the square of the transmission voltage. Volume of the conductor material required is inversely proportional to what? Inversely proportional to V square. Now what is this? Square of the transmission line voltage. So as the transmission line voltage increases, what will happen? The volume of the conductor material required decreases, right? So by increasing the transmission line voltage, we reduce the volume of the conductor material required. So what is the final result of this? If the volume of the conductor material required is reduces, then the cost also reduces, isn't it? Okay. So next advantage, let us see. What is this next advantage? It increases the transmission efficiency. It increases the transmission efficiency. Okay. So input power is given by what? P plus total losses. What is this P? This is the output power. What is this P? This is this P is output power. Okay, output power plus losses. Input power is equal to output power plus losses. Okay, just now we have calculated what are the total losses. P square rho L divided by V square cos square phi into A. Right. So let us assume that J is the current density of the conductor material. Okay, current density of the conductor. Then area of cross section A is equal to I by J. J is a current density. Current density J is equal to I by A. Therefore, A is equal to I by J. Now, the input power P is equal to P plus rho P square rho L J, because I have substituted the value of A here. So P square rho L divided by V square cos square phi divided by I. Okay. So which is equal to P plus P square rho L J divided by V square cos square phi into I into 1 by I. I have taken this I outside, so 1 by I. So finally what we will get is P plus root 3 J rho L divided by V cos phi. Okay. So after solving this, what we will get is P into bracket, this P root, okay, this we know that. So finally what we will get? P, you take it common, so 1 plus root 3 J rho L by V cos phi. I think you have understood this equation, right? What is this equation? Say P square rho L J, I have P plus, okay. So this I have just substituted the value of I here. So I is equal to what? P divided by root 3 V cos phi. The same thing. I is in denominator. So root 3 V cos phi goes to the numerator and P will be in the denominator. So I substituted that. Finally what we will get is P into bracket 1 plus root 3 J rho L divided by V cos phi. So efficiency is given by what? Output by input. So finally if you solve this, what we will get is 1 minus root 3 J rho L divided by V cos phi. So efficiency is, see here, if the voltage, transmission line voltage increases, what will happen? This term decreases. If this term decreases, what happens to the whole term? Increases. So if the transmission line voltage increases, transmission efficiency also increases. Okay. If this V increases, this term, which term? This term increases. If V increases, this term decreases. If this term decreases, the whole term increases. Therefore, if the transmission line voltage increases, transmission efficiency also increases. Okay.